I want to ask you about Robert Thomas, though, and that was the backdrop to yesterday, was the Robert Thomas trade chatter. We have an update from Darren Dreger today that seems to kind of, cool it down a bit. I don't think it has to be dead at all. What are your thoughts on what was reported and what the pursuit of Thomas could and should be for Jarmo Kekalainen and the Sabres?
It reminds me of the Peterka trade. I mean, Kevin Adams basically told Utah, if you're not putting Doan in the trade, forget it.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing it, and basically hung up the phone. And that came from both GMs. It wasn't like that was a rumor.
No, it was in the Sabres embedded, too. Like, we had a
Right.
video of, I think, Adams on the phone basically saying that.
Right, so we're not dealing with a rumor here. That happened, where basically it's like this is the trade that will get it done. We're not doing it if Doan is not in. And then Utah, they talked about it, thought about it, and said, we really want Peterka. So all right, let's put him in. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that kind of stuff can happen. That's why what you said, Jeremy, maybe if all this is true, what this reporting is, maybe it's not dead because all of a sudden you can just decide, all right, we want this player. We're going to meet the price type of a situation, just like Utah did to the Sabres.
I feel like there are also tales of this, Paul, and I don't know if you remember one specifically. Darren Dreger has just also added to this about Chris Johnston reporting that the Sabres and Blues have also been talking about a defenseman. Buffalo wants a right-shot defenseman. Justin Faulk and Colton Parayko have been mentioned as possibilities. And there are also calls, Paul, where you're talking about one guy for 2 days. All of a sudden it switches and you make a different trade. I feel like the Sabres have engaged in those over the years. So maybe Parayko, maybe Faulk, maybe Thomas, maybe a combination.
Those are all big ideas.
Right. Maybe it's a blockbuster or maybe nothing happens. But they could, of course, look for a defenseman as well.
And then, what you got to deal with what the cap and all that when you're talking about it. All right, how do you make room on the cap to get a certain player? In either case, the Faulk, you might be able to fit that in. Thomas, you wouldn't quite yet. You'd have to finagle a little bit. So there's just a lot of different things that you have to talk about, and it's not Friday yet, not even close to Friday yet. So there's certainly many ways any type of a trade talk can go right now.